Are you a sticky person or a slippery person? Are you memorable or forgettable? Honestly, that is something that is up to you. If I can take everything that I've done and make it into a blueprint that someone else can follow, that's what the sticky method is. And so I'm super excited to bring it to the world.
Today's video is another prank video. No. Can you?
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. Don't show your butt to the camera, please. Attention, cat. Relax.
I really believe that if you don't brand yourself, the world will brand you and they'll probably get it wrong. I want to redefine why we need to brand ourselves and work with personal branding. And I think sticky came out of that. So sticky is an acronym. It's just me trying to explain my method that I've developed over the years for myself and my clients in working with personal branding and why we need to do that. Sticky stands for story, truth, impact, consistency, kindness, and you. This might be evident to everybody, but story is super important. We people have been telling stories to each other since we were around the campfires and since we drew on cave walls. It's a natural thing to us to tell stories. And marketing is basically telling stories to get what you want, kind of. Knowing storytelling and learning to tell your own story is like the basis of your personal brand. And if you can't do that, then you really have to start there. The second letter is T for truth. And for me, the word is actually authenticity. I've said for a long time that I have this motto or like leading words that is radical authenticity. And it comes from my own experience being that the more honest I've been in the digital world, in my social media, in my newsletter, The Honest Entrepreneur, the more love and amazing connections and things I've gotten back. The more authentic I've been, the more amazing things have happened in my life. And I really, truly believe that that is the way forward. Now, it's not just because it feels good in me to be authentic. If you zoom out and look at where we are in the world today, whatever it is you want to do, if you want to market something, we're in this digital world where we have so much competition and messages going around all the time. We're scrolling. And whatever we choose to stop our thumb on, it's got to be something real special, right? And I think we're so sick and tired of everything that's perfect and like made up, AI generated or whatever it is, that authenticity is really the best currency that we have nowadays to reach through the camera, through the screen. What will never go out of style is authenticity. The next letter is I for impact. I love the word impact. And the reason is that we talk a lot about attention. We're in the attention economy. Attention. But attention only brings you so far because when and if you get the attention, what are you going to do with it, right? So I'd like you to change the focus from attention to what impact do you want to make in the world? And instead of seeing personal branding as you being self-centered, wanting the spotlight to be on you, like I have this huge lamp here, it's not about that. It's about me talking to you today because I want to share a message and I want to shine the spotlight on my message. And I think most of us have something we want to share with the world or achieve or do in the world. And personal branding is about helping us use the right tools to get there. It's not about, hi, look at me, you know? So that's important. C for consistency. I constantly talk about getting away from the quick fixes and thinking about the long game. And for me, branding and life is about the long game. I don't really believe in quick fixes. And if that makes you want to, shut this video off right now and go, you can do so. But the thing is, I'd like you to stay and understand why. Personal branding really is personal. It is something that has to do with your person and it's supposed to grow and evolve with you your whole life. You already have a brand, right? You can't do anything about that. It's already there. Whatever people think about you or say about you when you're not in the room, whatever people find when they Google you, it's already there, right? And we can look into how to change that or add to that. You don't have to know everything that you want in life, but you do need to have the perspective that you need to be able to do this in the long run. And it's not something that you start and then stop because you're bored. When you start working with your personal brand, it's something you're going to have to curate forever. And that's a good thing. Because if it was a thing you could do and then it was done, then whoever you are would be written in stone, and you're not. Everything is ever changing. So C for consistency is really important. It means that you are committing to doing this for yourself in the long run. It's like when you go to the gym, it's something you have to decide to do, and then you have to also show up. You cannot just buy the gym membership and not go there. That's a waste of money. I think kindness is important. When it comes to building a brand, a lot of it's about what value you bring to other people. It's a little bit like the message on this cup. It says the way you make other people feel is your trademark. And I really believe that. I think what people remember is how you make them feel. That's why kindness is important. But most of all, it's important when you think about yourself. Working with personal branding, it's super personal experience, and it can be really hard. It can be intimidating. You will feel vulnerable, and it's super important to be kind to yourself and be proud of yourself for doing it. So I think that's why the K is for kindness. Ooh, okay.
Yes, you mad you can talk to camera. You should pet me and feed me.
Independent cat.
Hair everywhere.
Going to Y for you, the only thing that sets you apart is you and your story. That really is your competitive advantage. And before you start thinking there's nothing special about me, let me tell you that there is. The biggest hurdle that stands in front of us when it comes to personal branding and marketing ourselves or getting what we want in life is really imposter syndrome, and that little voice in your head saying that you're not special. Swedes, we have this thing called jantelagen, which is this old saying that you should not think that you're special. And it's like ingrained in our culture. I don't know what it is. Like, don't take up space. Don't think that you're anything special. It's the saddest thing to grow up with. And we really need to abolish that. The closest thing I can translate that to for the rest of the world is imposter syndrome. And we all have it. Like, it's just very difficult to look at ourselves objectively. And we're usually trained not to take up too much space in the world. But we really need to change that. So if I'd like anything from you today, it's for you to promise yourself that you're going to take this seriously and do something about it. Because when you commit and you start taking control over your personal brand, amazing things happen. I promise. The reason that it came up is because I'm going to do this big talk in Stockholm. I'm going to be on a big stage with super famous Swedish speakers, and I'm one of them. And that's something that I've worked really hard to be. And I would never be one of them if it wasn't for the personal brand that I've built. Hopefully it's done while you're watching this and you will find it like here. No, you'll find it here. You want me to point with this hand? I'm getting coached. Wait, you can find the talk here.